Well, hey. I am Cherie McGee, Senior Consultant with Try Now Consulting. We assist teachers and parents who are challenged with their roles with children. I am super excited about today. Give me just 1 second because something I thought was going to happen with social media didn't happen. So I have to manually do it. But as you all are coming in, make sure you like, make sure you share because this is going to be a wonderful conversation tonight. I have an amazing guest with me. I feel like she's going to be my absolute most favorite guest for the entire year. But we're going to have a great time, y'all. So give me just 1 second. All right. We should be good to go. So, again, I have a special guest with me. Her name is, as you can see, Jada McGee. And I'm sure if you're looking close enough, you can see she looks just like me. This is my one and only daughter that I have birthed. I have a son, he's 20 years old, but this is my only daughter that I birthed, Jada McGee. Jada, I'm so glad to have you today. You already know. And as you all saw by the title, the title was Impactful School Staff. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So I want you to come on in. I want you to invite any school staff that you know, any parents, any students. This is for all of us tonight, okay? I want you to huddle around the phone or the laptop or wherever you're looking from because this is going to be a really great heartwarming and encouraging conversation. That is the goal tonight. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get into it. So I see some guys coming on. Hey, and so we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Jada McGee. Now I talked about you, but I want you to introduce yourself. So go ahead and tell us about yourself.
Okay, well, my name is Jada McGee. I'm 18 years old, and college on Thursday, or I move in on my campus on Thursday, and I start school Monday. So I'm officially a freshman in college. Um, what else should I say?
Okay, real good. That's an excellent start. Excellent start. So, of course, yes, this is bittersweet. She will be getting dropped off in less than 2 days at the college of her choice. She knew exactly where she was going to go. She got accepted, and we are rocking and rolling. So, as we're talking about impactful school staff tonight, Jada's introduced herself. Tell us now, because I'm super excited. You all know that I was a teacher for a whole bunch of years, over 16 years. I entered into the educational field over 26 years ago, but I was an educator for over 16 years. I've since left the classroom and am now a senior consultant, as I told you, in education. But did get the news from Jada that she actually wanted to become a teacher as well. So, Jada, tell us, why is it that you decided to become a teacher?
I decided to become a teacher because I wanted to be a teacher that teachers have been to me. Growing up, I was really like shy and I got bullied and I dealt with a lot. And so I just want to be the teacher that a teacher has been to me, which has been supportive. They've been emotionally supportive, academically supportive. They've come to events I've had. They've done so much for me, and that's what I want to do for kids, not just for the good kids, but even for the troubled kids, for them to know that they're loved and accepted and that they're not being left out. Because I know in my experiences, I've dealt with teachers who didn't like teaching and who were really mean. And I've had teachers even bully me. And I used to think to myself, like, what did I do? Like, I'm 10, 12, 13 years old and you're picking on me. You're like 20, 30, 40 something. And so I don't want to be that teacher that just picks on kids, or because I'm not happy with the job I have, I'm just exposing my misery on the students and just being mean and bitter. So I want to be a teacher. I want to be that teacher that like kids can come and talk to. I want to support them with anything that they do. I just want to do a lot of great things for them.
I love it. I love it. Jada said a lot. Jada, you talked about the impact that was made on you by teachers or school staff that was positive, right? But then you also talked about those negative impacts that you experienced, and that is definitely something some of us are already aware of, but it's something that we do definitely want to pay attention to because we don't want to have negative impact on students, wanting it to be positive. So we know the negative stuff happened. Now let's just say this: what would you consider a negative impact on you or other students? If you can give like maybe a couple examples of some things that you remember, and then we're gonna get to the good stuff.
Okay, one example, I had a teacher who would curse the classroom out. Like he would get extremely angry and frustrated and he would curse everybody out. And a lot of kids thought it was funny, but like that wasn't funny to me because it's like, why are you cursing at us? And he would use every word in the book.
Mm,
And for another teacher I dealt with, she did not like me. I never knew why, but she just really did not like me. And
okay.
so would get angry with me and she would come like chest to chest with me. Like she would get like this close in my face and would scream at me and yell at me. And she would make me sweep the floors and clean the board. Like that was her way of punishing me. And then I had another teacher who I never did anything good in his eyes. Like it didn't matter how hard I tried in his class. Like I just wasn't doing enough for him. And one time I had a test coming up and I
Mm-hmm.
studied hard for this test. I went to every tutoring session I could and I took the test and I failed the test. And when the teacher passed the test back, I looked at my test and he had wrote mean letters. Like he wrote mean letters. He drew faces on every single page. Cause like I went to a private school and test was like 5 pages long. Like it was really intense. And so like I was just flipping through the pages and it's just mean faces. You're a failure. You're never gonna pass. This is not good enough. And I started thinking to myself, like, oh my gosh, like I cannot believe a teacher wrote this. And it's like, if you're a teacher, you're supposed to be trying to uplift me and help me, even if I am still failing your class. I wish he had just done better with helping me with that. But that made a negative impact on me because I just remember thinking to myself from that day forward, like, I'm never going to pass this class. But I ended up transferring. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And did. Now let me tell you all something. I know y'all can't believe that. Y'all like, what? You might. I can vouch this stuff is true because on the parent side, I am a consultant, but on the parent side, I definitely became vocal. I did not curse anybody out. I didn't set the building on fire, but I definitely got in the midst of it and handled it. And I want to encourage parents, and I'm one to say, don't automatically assume the worst when it comes to your child's teachers, just to automatically assume, oh, they're out to get my child or they don't like my child. But I do also say this: if your spidey senses, your parenting senses are going off, your child may tell you what's going on, your child may not tell you what's going on. But if you're getting the feeling on the inside, I strongly suggest that you investigate, that you do begin to ask questions, that you become more present in the class, having conversations with the teacher or what have you, because the things that she says happen actually happen. And that's something that we would never ever want children to experience. But unfortunately, sometimes it does, because Jada made the statement before, what? All teachers are not in it for the love, right? And we know that, but so many teachers are. So we don't want this to be a Debbie Downer session. We're going to get to the real good stuff. Jada has had some amazing school staff in her life that I believe has actually helped save her life in the process. So, Jada, let's talk about some of the good people.
Every school I've been to, except for like two or three schools I've been to, I've always had a person, like a safe person. And this was just somebody that I could just go to about anything. Like when I had the teachers bullying me, it's like that safe person would go to that teacher and talk to them because like I felt really intimidated because I still hadn't found my voice in the school with talking about things that were happening. And so the safe person would like go to war for me. They would come check up on me. Like even like around the holidays, they would like buy me gifts and they would just do so many nice things for me. And so I just felt safe with them because I could be vulnerable and just talk to them about anything. And all they would do was just listen and they would help me feel better and they would give me advice and their advice actually worked. And
Mhm.
I had a counselor at the private school I talked about, and it's like she knew all of what was happening, but she still just encouraged me to keep my head up, to keep trying, even though I wasn't passing and doing well, to just keep going. And it's like I always went to go talk to her, and she was just like her presence would just make me feel better. Like we didn't even have to talk, just me sitting in her office, I felt better. And then I went to a middle school and I had like three people, the principal, the dean, and a counselor, and they were my three safe people. And it's like no matter what, I knew I can go to them. If something happened, they were gonna handle it. Like they would come see about me. They would just do. They've supported me. Like one of them ended up coming to my book sign when I was like 13 years old, and they came to my book sign and bought my book, and like they've just like supported me. And those three people are Miss Cunningham, Miss Lopez, and Miss Delaney. And like I really appreciate them because they helped me before I got to high school, and then when I did get to high school, I was way stronger than what I was before I got there.
I agree. I agree with that. That is awesome. I love that you had what you call us. We call them safe people. What did you call them?
A safe person.
A safe person, yes. I want to encourage every staff person in schools, if you interact with the children in any way, to be a safe person. That counselor she talked about, she was not on her caseload. Jada didn't have anything that would require her to see that counselor, but some kind of way she got to the counselor, and the counselor was able to make time for her and impact her and encourage her in such a very challenging situation. And so, Jada, so I am thankful for that school counselor as well. Jada, we said we was going to take the time to shout out these people by name. And I pray we don't forget, because I am grateful. We all know it takes a village to raise one child. It takes a whole village. And these people that she's getting ready to mention, and I may mention a few myself, I know for a fact that we would not have succeeded as well as we did if they were not in our village. So let's shoot them off, Jada. Let's go. And if you hear the name and you know the name, say the school, Jada, if you remember the school. Then somebody can tag them. Go ahead.
um, oh God. Okay, so at Bronzeville Lighthouse Charter School, Miss Page, Miss Horton,
Mm-hmm.
her staff group. I can't remember their names, but it was like a group of them that was helping me. At Providence St. Mel, that counselor. At Calumet Park Middle School, Miss Delaney, Miss Lopez, Miss Cunningham, Dr. Collum. Um, oh God, what's her name? Uh, it was one more person. It was my teacher. I can't remember her name.
I remember, and I can't remember her name either, but I know your ELA teacher.
Yeah,
Okay, what was the school?
Calumet Park Middle School.
Okay, in Calumet City, I mean Calumet Park, Illinois. So we know you. We just can't remember your name, but I remember her. Go ahead.
Um, at Butler College Prep, I do not remember that counselor's name, but her, I loved her so much. Like I literally miss her. And then at my last school I graduated from, which township, was my teacher, Dr. May Junkins. She was my job classroom. I can't remember the name of the classroom, but it was basically teaching us about jobs. And she was that teacher that I could definitely talk to, because she used to make us do journal prompts, and I would write in them to like vent, but like I didn't think she actually read them. She was like, I be reading y'all stuff for real, right? And so I didn't know she was really reading my stuff. And so every time I would write one, she would always respond, or she'll pull me to the side and be like, "Oh, I read this and I just wanted to talk to you about it, blah blah." And she was definitely somebody I could trust in that high school. So yeah.
I love it. And I got one, I agree with all of those that you gave. And I have one more to put in for you, Miss Henderson, Tiffany Henderson from Bronzeville, because that was a challenging situation. And I remember she was one of the teachers who, when people would be trying to bother you, because she was a teacher and I was actually teaching in that school too. She would come get me, girl, that you better go sit. And I'm like, I'm on it. So I got to call somebody, can somebody please come and watch my class? I need to run upstairs. And I'm telling you, she was like a watch out. She literally will watch out for you and your brother, but she will watch out for you all. And she would help me, and even encourage me in some things that I was dealing with you all there. So we are so, so, so grateful
Oh, the
for
teacher
those. Go
at Miss
ahead.
Hollow.
Say it again.
Miss Calico. That was good.
What's her name from Calumet, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm telling you, you'd be surprised. Like you said, they bought you things, they supported you, they talked to you, they treated you kindly, they smiled at you, and all those different things. So, just wanted to encourage if you are a staff member, be a positive impact for some child. We know that your work is great, and I'm not trying to give you extra work to do. But if you see one child, just one extra student that is in need of you, I want to encourage you to be that positive impact in their lives. You are actually making a difference. I know sometimes as an educator or a staff member in the building, sometimes you just got your head down and you're making it happen and you don't know if you're doing any good or not. But I promise you, you are making a positive impact. So please do that. And I encourage the students, which is why I told you all to have them to watch. Find your safe person. Please, if you can, find your safe person in the building. Some students love their school, and then some students have just challenges they really can't do much about, but they still have to be in the building. Find your safe person that can actually help you through the process, encourage you, keep you uplifted. And parents, if you have to help them do that as well. But no, in every building, there should be at least one safe person that your child can go to. All right. All right, Jada. Anything else you want to say on that before we move on?
Um. Well, to students, like, really get you a safe person, because it's like if you don't have nobody else, you could just really talk to this person. Make sure you feel them out too. Like, don't be talking to anybody. But that's what I had to do. I had to feel the person out, and like sometimes other students will say positive things about this person, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, you could definitely talk to such and such," or even another teacher will say, "Oh, you could talk to this person," and I would just feel them out, and I'll know, like I knew in my heart, like this person is it. So.
I love it. I love it. Awesome sauce, Jada. So before we go, Jada, what advice would you give to a teacher? You're not a teacher yet. You are aspiring to be a teacher, and I know you're going to be an amazing teacher. Because you said it was the teachers that impacted you in a positive way that made you want to go into education. But I'm telling you, you've been teaching the stuffed animals and the dolls and everything since you were little. Like teaching is what you have done. You've taught as a teenager. You have just always had teaching in you. And so, even though, you're not crossed over just yet, I know that you have a lot of wisdom. What would you like to share with teachers for this school year? What advice would you give them?
One thing I will say is hearing your students out is important because, like, even though they might be acting out or a student might be acting out, it's like sometimes they just want to feel heard. And I know I kind of felt that way when I had my moments. Like, I just want to feel heard, and also like just be as patient as you can. Like, work with your students. Like, don't make them feel bad if they don't catch on to something in a few seconds. Like, for some students, it really takes time for them to understand something. And I will also say do a lot of like group activities because I know me being a shy kid, it was hard for me to just get up and go to a kid and be like, "Oh, hey, what's your name?" But because we were in small groups or we played certain activities, like it helped me to open up and to meet new people. And also, if a student comes to you with a concern, or if they come to you and be like, I am being bullied, or I feel this way and I feel that way, like listen to them because,
Mhm.
if they've told other people and nobody's listening, like be that one person that does listen and try to help them through the situation so that they feel like somebody cares. Um, and yeah.
Yes, that is a mouthful. Let me tell you, if they just take that, it's going to be a great year. Thank you so much. So, again, you all, as staff members, be intentional about making a positive impact this year. Students and parents, be sure to find that one or even more, but at least that one safe person in the building that can help your child through the school year. And I want to say this also. We all know we've heard about the teacher shortage. And I've heard teachers say there's no teacher shortage. There's just a shortage of pay, it's a shortage of respect, and all these other things, right? But at this time, there has been a mass exodus of teachers leaving the profession. But you may not be a teacher right now. I want to encourage you. You may actually be in a position where you're in corporate or you're somewhere else, and you want to make a difference in the school systems. I want to encourage you to explore that. Now, I am going to say you got to like kids, okay? Please don't walk into these school systems and you do not like children, or you don't want to be bothered, or you don't want them to touch you or look at you. But if you know you have love and expertise and experience to share, see about coming along in the school system and to see what you can contribute to help make times right now better. And I believe there are some out there that you have been considering that. And I know we've all heard the horror stories. Oh, schools are getting worse, and these kids and this and that. No, school teaching is still rewarding, or working in other capacities in the school system is still rewarding. Please consider it, okay? And just as you've seen flying across the screen, because we are done the whole time, Try Now Consulting. That is where you can get more information about Try Now Consulting, about myself, if you want to know what Try Now Consulting is all about, or if you would like for myself to come into your school and conduct professional development around classroom management for those first year and transitioning teachers. I am more than willing and excited to do that. All right, we're going to be getting out of here. Thank you so much again, Jada. I know that you are going to be 100% successful in college and 100% successful on your teaching journey. All right. All right. Talk to you guys later.